Princess Aiko of Japan, after entering her fourth year of university, has attracted nationwide attention regarding her next steps. A journalist specializing in royal affairs revealed, Aiko will graduate from university in the spring of the following year. If she does not start planning for studying abroad in September this year, it might be too late. However, in October, Aiko unexpectedly announced a postponement of her study abroad plans. The Imperial Household Agency disclosed that, like Emperor Naruhito of Japan, Aiko is concerned about the impact of soaring prices and a weakening yen on the public. Additionally, as a member of the imperial family studying abroad, she would require not only tuition and living expenses but also the accompaniment of an attendant and a security officer, which is quite costly. It appears that Aiko's delay in studying abroad is to save expenses. Japanese media, quoting sources from the Imperial Household Agency, suggested that Aiko's sudden postponement of her study abroad plans is also related to concerns about the imperial family's succession. This is not the first time Aiko has economized for the imperial family. In 2021, when Aiko turned 20 and celebrated her coming-of-age ceremony, it was customary for adult female members of the Japanese imperial family to have a gemstone tiara made and to wear it for the first time during the ceremony. Subsequently, they would wear the tiara on formal occasions when performing their official duties. Aiko's tiara was expected to be of the highest level. However, that year coincided with Emperor Akihito's abdication, Emperor Naruhito's accession, and the appointment of Naruhito's younger brother, Fumihito, as the heir apparent. This led to an increase in the annual living expenses for Fumihito's household from 30.5 million yen to 91.5 million yen, resulting in a greater expenditure of taxpayer money by the imperial family. At that time, the Japanese public was suffering greatly from the pandemic. Aiko decided not to commission a new tiara but instead borrowed one from her aunt, Sayako Kuroda, who had married a commoner. To fit Aiko's head size, Emperor Naruhito personally paid to have the tiara adjusted, saving 28 million yen. This action was praised by the Japanese public. Subsequently, Japanese media began discussing the coming-of-age ceremonies for the two princesses of the Akishino family, the household of Naruhito's younger brother, Fumihito. In 2011, Fumihito's eldest daughter, Princess Mako, celebrated her 20th birthday with a coming-of-age ceremony. Her tiara was made by the imperial jeweler Ginza Wako and was valued at 28.57 million yen. At that time, Japan had just experienced the 3/11 earthquake, which resulted in 18,000 casualties. The expensive tiara for Princess Mako caused discontent among the public. In 2014, Fumihito's younger daughter, Princess Kako, also wore a tiara, which was valued at 28.93 million yen, making it more expensive than her sister's. Now, Princess Mako is married in the United States, and the Akishino family spent 3 billion yen last December renovating their residence. Princess Kako lives alone in the old residence and goes to the new palace for every meal with her parents. The two locations are only a few dozen meters apart, and she often encounters officials from the Imperial Household Agency on the way. According to protocol, Princess Kako is expected to wear makeup when going for meals, but she dislikes doing so. To accommodate her preference, Fumihito spent additional money to create a Princess Kako exclusive passage, allowing her to go out without makeup. In comparison, Aiko appears to be exceptionally modest. Some Japanese netizens were deeply moved and wrote, "I feel a deep sense of apology towards Aiko." Others commented, "I hope that once the situation stabilizes, a very fine tiara can be made for Princess Aiko." As a result, Aiko's popularity has surged. Her reputation for frugality can also be attributed to her mother, Empress Mosoko's, upbringing. The Japanese magazine wrote, "For over 20 years, Emperor Naruhito's family has adhered to a spirit of austerity. Since Aiko was in elementary school, Mosoko would take her on the subway to and from school. Aiko, holding her subway card, was frequently photographed by the media. Mosoko herself is also not extravagant. She once wore the same business dress for many years at official state events. Daily, Aiko often wears affordable fashion from brands like Uniqlo and GU, and the Japanese public finds her quite modest. On September 12 of this year, a journalist captured a photo of Aiko enjoying a day out with university classmates at Tokyo Dome City. At that time, Aiko was wearing a floral shirt, which was later confirmed to be from Uniqlo. On September 13, Aiko was selected as a member of the Imperial Conference, serving as an observer. This role is typically held by senior members of the imperial family. From now on, Aiko's status in the imperial family is only subordinate to her uncle and aunt from the Akishino family. Joshi Jishin has lavished praise on her, comparing her to her aunt, Sayako Kuroda. As the eldest daughter of the emperor, carrying the heavy expectations of the people, she will become a coordinator between the imperial family and the palace, just as her aunt did during the Heisei era. Among the Japanese public, Aiko's image has also been rising, with some exaggerations in the praise, such as Princess Aiko's appearance symbolizes Japan and the entire Japanese nation. The public praise for Aiko may not be pleasant for her uncle, Prince Fumihito of Akishino. For Fumihito, who currently has the only male heir in the Japanese imperial family, his family's ultimate goal is to see his son, Prince Hisahito, become the future emperor. Aiko is the youngest of the three princesses in the Japanese imperial family and the only child of Emperor Naruhito. In 2005, the media began to build momentum for the possibility of a female emperor, and the Japanese government was preparing to revise the imperial household law. At that time, Aiko seemed to be on a path to potentially inherit the throne. However, the following year, Fumihito's wife, Kiko, gave birth to a boy named Hisahito. The revision of the imperial household law was no longer discussed. In November 2020, the Japanese imperial family held a succession ceremony, officially declaring Fumihito, the younger brother of the current Emperor Naruhito, as the first in line to the throne, with Hisahito as the second in line. This means that the throne will be passed to Fumihito first and, if necessary, then to Hisahito. Some analysts suggest that during Aiko's study abroad, her mother, Mosoko, who has a background as a diplomat, might use her connections with European royal families to help Aiko develop a network among them. Fumihito might be concerned that this could affect Hisahito's future succession. Some Japanese media also believe that the Imperial Household Agency is intervening in Aiko's study abroad plans. Having seen the case of Mako's marriage to a commoner, the agency is concerned that if Aiko experiences the outside world, she might become less compliant with the imperial family's arranged marriage plans. As early as shortly after Aiko's coming-of-age ceremony in 2021, the agency was already eager to find a suitable marriage partner for her. In the new year of 2022, Emperor Naruhito paid tribute to Empress Genmai, the 43rd Emperor of Japan. Genmai was the first female emperor of the Noro period and a wise ruler under whose reign Japan gradually prospered. Later, Genmai abdicated in favor of her daughter, Empress Genchi. During the reigns of these two female emperors, Japan had frequent interactions with the Tang dynasty. Some Japanese media believe that Naruhito's actions are part of an effort to create public opinion in favor of the future possibility of a female emperor. On October 22 this year, Emperor Naruhito and Princess Aiko attended an autumn Gagaku performance. Gagaku, originally introduced from China and Korea, is now a cultural heritage of Japan. Princess Aiko is a fan of Gagaku. By attending the event, Emperor Naruhito highlighted his daughter's passion for traditional culture. On October 20th, Princess Aiko visited the Akasaka estate to celebrate her grandmother Empress Michiko's 89th birthday. As Princess Aiko's car departed from the Imperial Palace's Hanazono Gate, the public lined the streets to bid her farewell, with cries of "Princess Aiko" and "So cute." Japanese media noted that this public appearance showed Princess Aiko looking more mature. She was not wearing a mask, her smile was more composed, and she used a peach-pink lip gloss, giving her a very grown-up appearance. In response, Asahi Weekly commented, "Princess Aiko is taking on the responsibilities of the next generation of the imperial family." Some commentators even referred to her directly as the future empress. Japanese media noted a subtle detail. On September 11th, when Princess Aiko visited the Akasaka estate to celebrate her aunt Princess Kiko's birthday, she was wearing a mask. Princess Kiko also keeps a close eye on Princess Aiko. According to Japanese reports, Princess Kiko closely monitors Princess Aiko's every move in daily life. As Princess Aiko begins to take on more and more royal duties, and with criticism directed at the Akishino family, she feels a deep sense of anxiety. Regarding Princess Aiko's upcoming choice to study abroad after graduation, Princess Kiko had a long phone conversation with her mother-in-law, Empress Michiko. Japanese media cited palace sources, stating that Princess Kiko has convinced Empress Michiko, and the two are now on the same page. It has been revealed that during the phone call, Princess Kiko candidly told her mother-in-law, "Princess Aiko is indeed going to study abroad, but I cannot accept her going to Oxford University. My eldest daughter, Mako, went to the University of Leicester, my second daughter, Kako, went to the University of Leeds, and whether my son, Hisahito, will attend the University of Tokyo is still undecided. But Aiko going to study at a top global institution like Oxford University, I must prevent it no matter what." To persuade her mother-in-law, Princess Kiko added, "Since Princess Aiko has always maintained an image of being frugal and down-to-earth, let's continue to uphold that persona. She shouldn't go abroad for her studies." It is not yet known how Empress Michiko, who is Aiko's grandmother and a former empress, views this. However, some members of the public have expressed sympathy for Princess Aiko. Some Japanese netizens who are fond of Princess Aiko commented, "Princess Aiko has always been frugal, saving money on her study abroad expenses isn't the right approach." Other netizens wrote, "The Akishino family spends taxpayers' money as if it were water. They shouldn't be the ones to decide the royal study abroad recommendation system."